What's good, everybody? It's time for another Fair Shake review, and this time we're going to be talking about Beyonce's Renaissance. Now, I ain't got to tell you too much about Beyonce. It's Beyonce. We all know her at a first name basis. Ms. Knowles Carter. You know? But anyway, was excited to see what this is going to end up being like, especially after hearing the single Break My Soul. I was like, oh, okay, she's going kind of a different route, it seems. But that is not entirely the case. So let's get into it. The first track, I'm That Girl, is definitely a very braggadocious opening track from the Queen, exclaiming that she is that girl. Very strong start, very bass heavy. A lot of these songs are super bass heavy, but yeah, the way the track just continually transforms is very interesting too. A good amount of these songs just like really have transformative like through lines and production, and it makes for a very interesting listen, to say the least. So yeah, it goes in smoothly into Cozy, where it's a very self-confident song about being comfortable in her own skin and in her own blackness in particular. And it's another one that I quite enjoy. Then it gets into Alien Superstar, which is more self-praise of high class and unique lifestyle. And it's definitely a track that is more niche in its style. And it's not particularly the niche that I'm quite into. Didn't quite pull it off for me, but hey, she's going in for the kind of Vogue dance, house kind of vibe on some of these tracks, this being one of them, and sometimes she gets it, sometimes she doesn't. But moving on to Cuff It, which is definitely a more funkier dance song. And here she's just kind of asking for a wild, fun, and lustful night, which was great. Loved it, and it transitioned so seamlessly into the short energy with Beam, and it definitely links the different sections really, really well, because like it continues off the Cuff It beat and then switches to a whole nother vibe towards the latter half that also helps it transition to the house vibe of Break My Soul, which I mentioned before. Was very interesting to end up hearing that, as it is definitely another one of the house kind of songs, where it's all about talking about keeping the esteem high, and trying not to be broken despite what the world brings. Now, when I first heard this song, I was like, this is a really great song, and it's written really well. Great little house pop song that I feel a lot of people will love. It just feels weird hearing Beyonce's voice do it. Like, she's singing. The singing is wonderful. The harmonies, all the background vocals, it's amazing, perfectly well done. It's still just weird hearing Beyonce's tone on this. It just sounds weird, because she doesn't have that same quality as like some of those older house tracks that this is inspired by. But regardless, it's a great song. It grows on you quickly, and I have it on the playlist. Up next, we got Church Girl, where she's basically describing the church girl going out having fun with her friends in the club. And I know it's controversial, although it's definitely exposing a lifestyle that many girls live. Like, I know a lot of girls who are just like the girl she's describing in this song. They go out, they have fun, they get nasty on the flow, but they're gonna be up the next morning back at church. Go church girl, go church girl. I'm just saying, it's this song I know rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but it's just like you gotta know that it's a reality of things. But up next we get Plastic Off the Sofa, which is another more throwback song that goes kind of more the soul direction. And here she's kind of talking about how she accepts the flaws of her partner and loving him through it all. Really love this song. Like, one of my favorites on here. And then you get Virgo's Groove. Oh, it's another fun song. And it's definitely encouraging dancing. This is how I wrote it. My notes are super funny. It's definitely encouraging dancing vertically and horizontally. And this is another wonderful example of how the beautiful and sprawling vocals throughout this project. Like, she be singing on this mug, and I love every second of it. Up next, you get Move with Grace Jones and Thames. Like, that's so dope that she got the legend Grace Jones on this. And bringing a newcomer that has been making waves with Thames. They're both wonderfully utilized in this track that definitely has a lot of Afrobeat influence on it. And I also just like how they smooth it out a little bit with the pads in the latter half of the track. Dig it. Love it. Move. Awesome. Next up, Heated. Here she's kind of telling the boy that she's quite hot. She's quite the hot catch. So she shouldn't take it for granted that she's given him the chance to play, giving him a chance over this great groove here. And the raps that she does at the end of this song is a little off-putting, as she gets into this little accent that is so poor and almost annoying that it almost ruins the song. But the groove of it is so, like, beforehand is so good and infectious that I still added it to the playlist. But the way she raps at the end, I just wish she wouldn't have rapped in her little accent. That's her yeah. But anyway, then we get Thick. Wow, Thick definitely is a change up from some of the more danceable kind of vibes you get from this project. So it's definitely a quite heavy jam, just about having that hot, thick body that she definitely isn't afraid to flaunt. Yeah, even though it's definitely I feel like a little switch up from some of the more dance focused tracks, it's still one that I like. Then we get into All Up in Your Mind, which is another pretty heavy track, like production wise, where she is just strongly expressing her desire to be in his head. And I liked it. It's not super long. It doesn't wear out its welcome, and it goes into America Has a Problem very smoothly, which is where she is basically comparing herself to an addictive drug to her lover, kind of like how drugs have always been a problem in America. So I think that's what the whole parallel is supposed to be there. Then you get Pure Honey, and this is shows some more self-confident talk over multiple styles of dance music, as it just continues to transform to like different kinds of, like I said, dance music, and it's the production on it is really cool. It slides between the different styles very smoothly, as the transitions are super cohesive through a lot of this project in general. When then it gets to the closing track, Summer Renaissance, which is just that straight pumping four on the floor dance track here, where she's definitely just detailing her attraction to this guy that she met on the dance floor, and it is a fantastic end to this very dance heavy album. But yeah, the way Beyonce showcases her vocals in this project is so thoroughly well done. I gotta respect it. Gotta say, yo, Beyonce singing her butt off on this mug. But the times that she does choose to rap can be hit or miss. As mentioned before, like the accented raps are just kind of weird. Like she ends up having like the rap on "Break My Soul" that has moments where it's like, oh, that's cool, and then okay, I don't know why he decided to rap like that. You said you're outside, but you're not that outside. It's like what? Okay, but either way, it's really fun listen with all the different like styles of like dance music that are through here. The house, the Afro beats, just kind of like the dance pop, the soul tracks. It's really cool. And then there's also the mix in with the trap and contemporary R&B like sprinkled in between there as well. That is also pretty darn neat. It's a very creative mishmash of all these different styles, but I can definitely understand how it could be polarizing for a lot of people. I do know there's some mixed reviews about this project, but I myself enjoy a majority of this project. There's literally only like what 3 to 4 tracks that I might skip. 2 for sure that I didn't add to the playlist. And yeah, super solid listen. I enjoyed it. I'm still here for the Beyonce train. I'm not gonna say I'm part of the Beehive or anything, but still, I think this is a solid entry into her discography because there's a lot of really cool music to be heard here. But what do you guys think? Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I always appreciate hearing more opinions, and maybe even discussing a few things with you. You could also hit that like button if you enjoyed this. You can subscribe for more reactions and reviews. And lastly, I also have a Patreon. If you do so wish to help support your boy, I'd greatly appreciate it. Patreon.com/SplitMaster5. Also, if you're on the blog, don't forget the leader here also has her own Patreon, patreon.com/MuddyCultMiko. So yeah, help out the Madhouse and we'd greatly appreciate it. But that is going to be it for now. So I hope you all have a great one. Until next time, much love, peace.